Iowa Hawkeyes, Nebraska tried to nip their rivals and go to a bowl game with a win today. Barrett Pickering will handle the kickoff duties for Nebraska. The kicker position for Nebraska has been a revolving door this year. 6 different kickers have attempted field goals for Nebraska this season. Pickering one of those 6, but he spent a good portion of the year on the injured list. Nebraska fired up on this senior day, trying to win their way to a bowl game and get one extra game in 2019. Amir Smith-Marset is deep, and we're underway in Lincoln. Short kickoff, and the fair catch called for and made at the 17-yard line by Devontae Young. We saw the short kickoffs last week for Nebraska against Maryland. One they recovered as Nate Stanley works his way onto the field and is about to work his way up the record books. 10 passing yards away from passing into the 8,000 career yard mark, and he's got a shot at getting past Drew Tate with a good day today, Matt.
Absolutely. Consistency will be the key. That's the whole thing with Nate. He's got a big arm. He can move in the pocket. Not a good runner, but big, powerful arm.
On first down, Stanley with time finds his terrific freshman Tyrone Tracy, and a first down to the 37, a pickup of 12 as Colin Miller makes the stop. And for this Hawkeye offense, protection will be key, as it always is, and this is an offensive line that can give him some time.
It's an offensive line that all 5 wrestled in high school getting up here, and they play like that. They all understand leverage. They all understand good hips. They've been good in the pass game. Ironically, this is one of the few Iowa teams that throws more than they run.
They throw 51% of the time, one of just 4 Big Ten teams to have a higher pass percentage than run percentage. They'll try to run here with the freshman Tyler Goodson. A couple of good moves for Goodson to get good yardage.
That's a lot of running for 4 yards, let me tell you.
This Nebraska defense has certainly had its ups and downs throughout the course of the year, Matt. Where can they be successful with this lineup today?
Well, the biggest thing is got Darien Daniels back in the middle, so he solidifies that middle. They don't have a pass rush. That really has to come from the sidelines in terms of scheme. That's coaching. But they've been tough to run against.
Second down and 5. Play action. Stanley. Look at the time he has to throw it off the hands of Tyrone Tracy on the cross, incomplete.
Yeah, that's exactly. I mean, the first thing you notice right away, he's got a lot of time to throw the football. That means you're not getting any kind of pressure. If he's going to have that much time, he's going to be able to decide easily where his ball should go. That should have been a catch. There's no question about it. Tracy's been big. He's just a freshman. He still has big play in him. They'll come back to him. 23 catches for Tyrone Tracy over the last 5 games plus today. Cooper, the receiver, to the top of the screen. Motion from Nico Reganey. Third down. Huskers bring extra rushers to the sideline, incomplete. He was looking for Cooper, but the pass and the receiver not on the same page, and it's 4th down. Yeah, he was looking for a comeback on that thing versus man coverage out there, and he just took it straight up the field. One of them were wrong.
Stanley talking with Max Cooper to find out exactly who was wrong.
Yeah, just based on that picture, I'd go with Cooper was wrong.
So the Husker defense gets the stop it wanted out of the gate. And now Michael Sleep Dalton will punt it away to J.D. Spielman. Everybody clears out of the way. And the Huskers will start pinned inside their own 15-yard line with their first possession of the afternoon. So Adrian Martinez and this Nebraska offense going to work. In November, Martinez has been a much more effective runner. 241 rush yards in the 3 games in November, averaging over 6 yards per carry. Scott Frost told me the other day that one of the reasons that he thinks both Martinez and Mills are running better, Matt, is the interior of the offensive line has gotten better as they've learned how to play that position, specifically Cam Jurgens at center.
Yeah, and where they've struggled here at the beginning of the season, right now they've been better inside.
It's Spielman in motion. High snap pulled down, and the give is to Dedrick Mills, tripped up by Chauncey Golston at the 17-yard line. And this offense for Nebraska, much like this team in a 5-6 season, has been up and down throughout the course of the year. But Mills has been a real bright spot for the Huskers in the month of November. We saw him against Wisconsin 2 weeks ago, rush for 188 yards. Quick swing to Spielman, and Spielman bumped, spins away. Nothing doing there. And Michael Ojemudia was the first one there. He made that play.
Ojemudia made a great play, forced everything back in. Now, he didn't finish it. He was a good play because he didn't make the tackle. But Stone ended up finishing that thing off. And, you know, this is a defense that is extremely disciplined. Very rarely do they make mistakes. And on third down, there's one guy who needs to make a play, and that's this guy right here, Epinesa. A.J. Epinesa is a guy who can, if he turns it up, he can dominate the game.
3rd and 5 at the 18. Martinez going to try to scramble, and Martinez pulled down by Brady Reef. Excellent play by the senior from South Dakota.
That's really well done, Kevin. So look, it's okay to be blocked. That's not a big deal. It's not okay to stay blocked. So you got to be able to engage and then disengage, which is exactly what he does, and he disengages exceptionally well and runs him down.
When you look at those two guys in the middle of that defensive line, Reef and Lattimore, what stands out for you?
Discipline. They do everything right. All the little things right. Their pad levels are nice and low. They play with their hands well. They disengage well. They don't make a lot of plays in terms of tackles, but they make the play by allowing others to make the tackles by them doing their job.
Each defense comes up with a stop early. Isaac Armstrong to punt it with Max Cooper, the deep man. And the fair catch called for by Cooper and made at the 45-yard line. Good field position.
Will Davis is one guy who can get some inside pressure in the pass game. They're going to need it after that first series, Kevin. There wasn't much pressure on Nate Stanley.
And that's got to be a big concern for Eric Chinander on the Nebraska defensive staff. On first down at the 44, Goodson with the carry. Goodson with a hole, and Goodson with a first down.
He came to a sudden stop at the end of that one. Boy, there's a nice shot. Disputes came up there and came with a bad attitude, didn't he? He did not have it. He was not having a nice day, but he came up with a big hit. That's the way you're supposed to hit it.
Good sign for Iowa, though, Matt. They have not been able to run the ball much in the last 2 months, but if they're able to establish a running game early, that'll make it real tough on the Huskers. Here's Goodson again. And the give to Smith-Marset. He's got Stanley out front as a blocker. He may not need him. Smith-Marset down the sideline. One man to beat. Dives for the pylon. And it is a touchdown. Amir Smith-Marset takes it to the house, 45 yards. And the Hawkeyes grab the early lead.
Smith-Marset has the speed, and he showed it. The funniest part here is watch Nate Stanley. He's going to run the best 40 he's ever run in his life right here. And he just watched him run right past him. Smith-Marset can scoot, and he can pick him up and put him down.
Keith Duncan on for the extra point.
Nate's thinking, oh boy, I'm going to get a good block here.
Yeah. Now he's thinking, where did that oxygen tank go over here on the side? 7-0 lead for the Hawkeyes with 11:04. 7-0 lead for Iowa thanks to the 45-yard run by Amir Smith-Marset to get the Hawkeyes on the board. This game is part of Rivalry Week on BTN, presented by Ram Trucks.
Say that 3 times fast.
Nope, I said it once. That's all I'm going to say it.
I was
I'm told to say it again.
Rascally Wabbit thing coming out of your mouth.
While you're sitting at home today watching this game, just occasionally say Rivalry Week several times rapidly. Eventually you'll say Rivalry Week.
That's what I was waiting for.
I know, and you were going to laugh loudly at me. It's the most pressure I've had on all year. And the fair catch called for to the 25. Let's go back to this touchdown from Amir Smith-Marset.
This is you got to keep your eyes right here on Tanner. See, they're in a 3-down look right here, and he's on the inside of that tight end. So there's no way that defensive end can have any kind of contain. And Tanner's the guy who's got to be able to see this on the backside. It's hard from that position because this guy's running off, this guy's getting run off, and so you're it. And if you don't, you usually give up this. And that's exactly what happened.
Longest run of Smith Marsette's career gives Iowa the early lead. Now Martinez off play action, chased by Golston, tipped and incomplete. Christian Welch got a hand on that one. As we take a look at today's Auto Owners Impact Players when Nebraska has the football.
Nebraska has the ball like right now. Dedrick Mills, the last few weeks, he's been running really hard. J.D. Spielman's the guy who moves the chains. He's the guy you can count on. A.J. Epinesa on the other side has got all kinds of skills. He's been able to get some pressure and sacks. And Christian Welch, last week, 12 tackles. He'd have to match that. They have the capability to stop this thing. They just have to do it.
Here's Dedrick Mills on second down, and Mills rides the wave to the 32. Cedric Lattimore with the tackle, brings up 3rd and 3.
Hey, what you really like about Mills and what he's done here is he's gotten more comfortable. Like you said, Kevin, those inside 3 have gotten better, but when he sees it, he can explode through the hole. Some guys, they don't have that ability. Mills has it. Seems like the rain's coming down pretty hard right now.
It does, yes. 3rd and 3. Here's Martinez. He's going to keep, turns upfield, has the first down.
That was decisive right there. That's what he needs to be. When he's the most effective, he makes a decision with his eyes and he believes them. And he sees a little crack, boy, he can take it. Martinez he's a good runner. He's a strong kid. He's relatively healthy right now, as healthy as you can be at the end of 14 weeks of getting beat up. But that was what he needs to do.
And now Noah Vedral in at quarterback for the Huskers. Vedral, swing pass, Mills on the edge, nice move, and Mills goes to another Nebraska first down. Let's go downstairs to Lisa Byington.
Keeping an eye on Wandale Robinson earlier today, or earlier than this game, he's been on the stationary bike. Specific instructions that when the offense is on the sideline, he's got to stay warm. That is one of the concerns there, to stay warm, and also his explosion with the lower body injury there, Kevin.
And he's out there right now. Late flag at the end of that play.
After the play's over, personal foul, defense number 91, late hit. 15-yard penalty added on to the end of the play, first down.
Brady Reef called for the late hit.
Yeah, here you're going to see Reef right over here. He's coming, and he's one of those guys who doesn't quit, and that's kind of flop. Yeah, that's a little floppage going on right there. Yeah, that was me personally.
That's warm-ups on Sunday.
Oh my God.
1st and 10 at the 39. Wandale Robinson gives it back to Spielman. Spielman wants to throw, floats it for Martinez, and a little bit too tall for Adrian Martinez.
Adrian Martinez slowed up in his route. He should have kept on running. And he did, how should I put this? He didn't stop his route, but he didn't continue his route going full speed. He slowed down in the middle of it, and then he tried to catch up again to the ball.
Both coaches bringing out some trick plays early. Vedral back in at quarterback. Vedral pumps, late pressure from Welch to the sideline, almost intercepted by Ojemudia.
Ojemudia played that perfectly. Yeah, stayed on the outside, read the pump. Safety picked up the inside receiver, and he just stood there waiting for the ball to come through. Wandale Robinson back in the game. Oh, now he's going back out. Nope, now he's banging back in. He's quick.
Do each of these count as one of his plays on his play count list? In and out?
He's right up here. You can see that.
3rd and 10. We'll see if Vedral looks his direction. In motion. Vedral chased again. Throws on the run, and he threw it away. The pressure from Jaimin Colbert forcing Vedral to the sidelines, and it's 4th down.
Okay, so I'm wondering about why insert Vedral there in the second series. I don't understand that. Obviously they know him better than we know him, but you want Martinez to get into the flow and continue his decisive ways, which he had been doing there. That's the guy.
So now Nebraska has to punt it away from the Iowa 39-yard line. And it'll be down near the 5-yard line.
I think you're going to make a big play, and then he's in the perfect spot to down it on the goal line. Look at him. He was not pleased. He took that play away from him.
Eli Sullivan got there first. Hawkeyes are deep in their own end, but they would have been about 3 yards deeper. First down at the 4-yard line, and Honus shoots the gap and buries Goodson before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
You said it right, Kevin. There's a gap there, and he filled it perfectly right as he cut back into it. Honus read it really well. Look, the best linebackers usually are old running backs. They weren't good enough to play running back. You stick them on as a linebacker, but they see the same things that runners see. Well done by Will Honus. Crowd's coming loud, Kev.
Torrin Young in at running back. Young, and he's not going to get there either. Colin Miller knifing in to make the tackle.
Colin Miller made another one. Read the thing, believed his eyes, was able to make the play. And the reason he does it is because right in the middle, Darien Daniels does a great job on the center and opens up that inside, and Miller just takes advantage of her and sets up this third down. Darien Daniels is a big man. He's one of those guys you put in the middle of your defense and he controls it, and that's exactly what he did in that play.
Reganey in motion. Third down. And Goodson just giving him a little room to punt as Tyler Goodson's out to the 10-yard line. And the Husker defense gets the stop it wanted, Matt, and the punt team will come on.
Absolutely, and so what they do is they gain field position. First it's the punt, then it's the good defense, and now you get good field position.
Michael Sleep Dalton is on to punt it away for Iowa. Huskers will send J.D. Spielman back, looking for a big return. Short punt. Spielman will watch this one bounce at the 33, and Nebraska's going to start at the Iowa 37-yard line. 27-yard punt from his end zone. And the best opportunity Nebraska's had today comes at the 7-minute mark in the first quarter.
They did exactly what they needed to do. They got the good punt. They got him down inside the 5. They played good defense, 3 and out. They got a lousy punt. Great field position. Take advantage of it.
Martinez back in at quarterback. 3 different Huskers have thrown passes today. Martinez, Vedral, and Spielman. Robinson will motion out of the backfield. First down. Swing pass, Spielman. Jojo Moody all over it.
Kevin, he read that when the ball was just about, before it was thrown, he read the quarterback perfectly. This is just, watch him, he's right down here, and I want you to keep your eye on the quarterback, okay? That ball, he raised up, and Jojo Moody had just got in a sprinter stance and took advantage of it. That's a great read. Now, sooner or later, he's going to come up and fake that and get over the top of him. He'll try to look for a double move. Jojo Moody being that aggressive.
Luke McCaffrey now in the backfield. That's him in motion. The give is to Robinson. Wandale Robinson. Not much running room. Chauncey Golston and Geno Stone were there.
Yeah, Golston played it perfectly. He got as deep as kept his eyes to the back in the backfield like he's supposed to on the end there, and just played it perfect. Ran him down. He didn't give up any leverage. That's the biggest thing.
Big defensive stand brewing here for the Iowa Hawkeyes, Matt. 1st and 10 for the Huskers from the 37. They've gone backwards on 2 plays.
It's interesting. I wonder right now if this weather, the heavy rain, is causing any kind of thoughts with the pass game.
Martinez on 3rd and 16. Good protection over the middle. He's got Cade Warner, and Warner with a first down.
That whole thing, Kevin, comes back to that offensive line, the improved offensive line. Did a nice job, gave him a nice pocket to be able to stand in, no pressure whatsoever. And the ball, look, they're playing a zone. You can find the hole if you have that much time.
20 yards to Cade Warner, his 7th catch of the year. Here's Mills. And Mills right into the arms of A.J. Epinesa.
A.J. Epinesa is one of those guys who can take over a game. He's got all the requisite skills. He's got great length. He can run. He's probably more a left end than he is a right end. But when he turns it up a little bit, he's as good as it gets out there. He's just, to me, he hasn't been consistent just in terms of his motor.
2nd and 13. Martinez over the middle looking for Spielman, and he overshot with Jack Kerner looming in the area.
Yeah, Kerner was over the top, did a nice job, but Jojo Moody is the one underneath that forced that ball to be thrown high. So he had the time to be able to throw, but Jojo Moody is playing. This is an excellent first quarter. He's playing really well. Good heads-up football. He's reading his keys exceptionally well, and he's believing his eyes.
Really building on his game last week. He came back after the Minnesota game he missed with injury. 8 tackles and a pick last week. Here's Mills, and Mills will take it to the 24-yard line. 2-yard pickup, 4th down. And the Huskers down 7-0 with a decision to make, and it looks like they're going to bring out the kicking team.
Yeah, that's what they should do. Just put points on the board. The hardest points to put on the board in every game are the first ones.
This is not exactly a slam dunk for Nebraska this year. 6 different kickers have attempted field goals. The latest is Matt Waldock. Walked on in September, a former club soccer player. Went 3 for 3, his longest 29 last week, and he nails this one from 41.
That's a sad story, but it's good stuff. I mean, it's really good stuff.
Out of the eye, play action on 1st down. Stanley on the roll, finds his freshman tight end Sam Laporta, and Laporta down to the 45, a pickup of 8 before Lamar Jackson can make the stop.
See Garrett Nelson, number 44. He's just a freshman. He's got a really good motor. He runs hard and plays hard. He just sometimes doesn't really know what the heck is going on right there. And so that particular play, he was in great position. He had a chance to cover the tight end. He whacked him and let him go. And he picked up 8 yards.
Second down and 2 for the Hawkeyes. Here's Goodson with an opening, and Goodson hopping over a tackler and turning on the Jets. Goodson down the sidelines into the end zone for an Iowa touchdown. 55-yard scamper for the freshman from Georgia, and Iowa jumps up by 10.
Nice job by Linderbaum, the center. Kyler's shot, the inside guard, and right guard rather, and Paulson. They did a nice job on that defensive front, and he got to the second level and just hit another gear. Once he hit that gear, you can see what a good job of blocking up front. And then cut back and then just use your speed.
Longest run of the season for Iowa, and a career-long run for Tyler Goodson, who will have many more runs like that in his young Iowa career. Now a word from our sponsor, Nationwide.
All right, Brad, once again, I have revolutionized the songwriting process.
Here we go.
I know I can't play an instrument, but this is my forte. Obviously, for auto insurance, we've got the wheel route.
Obviously.
Retirement, we're going with a long-term play.
Makes sense.
Pet insurance.
Wait, let me guess. Flea flicker.
Yes. How'd you know? Been studying my playbook.
Yeah, actually.
Tyler Goodson congratulating and thanking his offensive line, and this is not a good sign for Nebraska defensively. Iowa in Big Ten play had averaged just 97 yards rushing. Today in the first quarter, 122 rush yards for the Hawkeyes.
Yeah, that's not good for Nebraska. The good news for Nebraska, however, is they're just 2 scores now. That's the good news. So you can't focus on what happened there and the numbers, what they are. They can try to get that corrected on the sideline. But what you can do right now is put some points on the board.
Brody Belt with the fair catch, and Nebraska will start from its 25-yard line. Huskers put 3 on the board their last time out, thanks to a short field after a good defensive stand deep in Iowa territory.
So there were some good things that happened on that last series, the least of which was the protection. The protection was excellent. If they can get that kind of protection from Martinez, he should be able to get some chunk plays here.
He's got Wan'Dale Robinson in the backfield with him. Spielman in motion. Swing pass to his tight end, and not much running room at all for Jack Stollheim and Colbert right there.
What I don't understand, well, push the ball down the field. They haven't been getting any pressure. Throw the ball down the field. I mean, just throwing these things out in the flat, unless they're setting them up for something later.
And swing pass after swing pass has been the look so far for the Huskers. Here's Wan'Dale Robinson on second down, and Robinson out near the 30-yard line. It's going to leave the Huskers about 5.5 yards short of the first down.
It goes empty here.
No Epinesa out there on this series for the Hawkeyes as Martinez over the middle looking for Robinson. Coverage from Jack Kerner, and it's fourth down.
So it looks like they played a zone. He just latched onto him. And a little bit of a latch with the right hand, but not much. Well played by Kerner. Eyes were back in the backfield. They're playing a zone. Playing the zone, you had that much time. You have that much. He didn't get they didn't get any kind of pressure, so he had time. Let it develop.
Waving for the fair catch, and a tough one to make, but good work by Max Cooper to make it at the 28-yard line, where the Hawkeyes will start with 2:06 remaining in this first quarter. I know it's early, Matt. Big possession for both of these teams right here with the Hawkeyes up 11.
Yeah, this is a big series right here for this Nebraska team, because if they give up one more, it's going to feel like it's getting out of hand. It's just, we're still talking about, 2 minutes left here in the first quarter. They got to get they don't have to get a 3 and out, but they got to get off with no points here.
Stanley to throw on first down. To the sideline, Amir Smith-Marset can't pull that one in with Lamar Jackson out there in the coverage. Here's how Iowa has put their points on the board so far today. Amir Smith-Marset with the run down the sidelines for the first touchdown, his longest career run. And then Tyler Goodson said, I want my longest career run. So he got it from 55 yards out, and a 14-3 lead early on for the Hawkeyes. Both of those touchdowns coming on 2-play drives.
I think there might be a little bit of man here. They might want to get some pressure. See what they do. And they are.
And the swing to the tight end, Sean Byer, and Byer lunging over the Jackson tackle, close to first down yardage, and he's got the first down. Or does he? No, he does not. He's a yard short. They started to move the chains on the far side of the field, and it's 3rd and 1.
Looked like Will Honas fell down in that play on that coverage.
Here's Stanley on the sneak, and that's plenty for the first down yardage for Iowa.
Yeah, people forget about how big Nate Stanley is. That is a big dude. He's about 6'4", about 245. He reminds me of Ben Roethlisberger. He's got big hands on him. He's just like country big, you know what I mean? Just one of those guys, just kind of, hey, I'm gonna hit you in the back, and you go, what the heck was that?
I hope he doesn't hit me in the back. That would not go well for me.
You should see the hands on him. Best part about him, he's a woodworker. I love that guy.
Stanley off play fake. Look at the protection Stanley has looking down the sideline for Laporta, trying to work around Dismuke. Excellent coverage by Markel Dismuke on the freshman Sam Laporta.
Yeah, really good job by Dismuke. He was all over him. And even with that great coverage, Laporta had a chance. He tried to jump over the top of him from the backside to make the play. I think that kid's going to be good. He gets football. He understands body position. He understands all that stuff. And he's going to be a pretty good player.
They got him from Bowling Green. Kirk Ferentz said we stole him from Bowling Green to get him to Iowa. They've had a knack over the years for finding those diamonds in the rough. It's Goodson. So what a spin move by Goodson. The freshman working for the first down and more. And Tyler Goodson. Goodness, what a run by the freshman to get into Nebraska territory.
Did you see what he did with Tracy on the top side? He gained another 5 yards after this spin move. Watch him on the top side. He sets up Tyson. Watch him. There, okay, inside, let him spin. Now I'm going to give you a chance to get back up. Really well done. Picked up another 5 yards on top of it. That's good running there, Goodson. You keep doing that, they'll put the AA on the back of your jersey as an All-American.
First true freshman since 2012 to start at running back for the Hawkeyes. Stanley off play action. Short toss to Reganey. Reganey working up the sideline. Cam Taylor-Britt tossing him down at the 30.
This Iowa team right now they're just dominating the line of scrimmage. That's the first thing you see. They're winning. The second thing you see is they're also winning the edge, which is, that's got to get straightened out fast. Looks like Smith Marset maybe in a man situation on the top side. He's got great speed.
First carry from Mekhi Sargent, and so much going for you. On 2nd and 3, and that's Mekhi Sargent, brought down by Khalil Davis after about a yard pickup, as we go downstairs and check in with Lisa Byington.
Seeing what you're seeing with the offensive line before this series, he came up to them and he said, we won the first quarter regardless of what it says on the scoreboard. We own this line right now and keep doing what you're doing on the edges. He went over to Tyler Goodson after that and he says, you can do that all day long.
Yeah, that's plays like that make an offensive coordinator really happy.
Make him look really good too. 3rd and 3 at the 23. Stanley on the quarterback sneak for 4.
Wow. That tells you, that right there, that backs up exactly what Lisa just said. They believe they're owning the line of scrimmage. And you walk up to the line of scrimmage and you gain 4 on a quarterback sneak, that means you own it. That's just a bunch of just low pad level coming off the ball and winning with power. Well done.
156 to 21 in the run game. It's already the most rushing yards Iowa has had since September 28th against Middle Tennessee State.
The best way to kill a team is to run the ball right down their throat. It just eviscerates them.
Timeout taken by Iowa. A little confusion on the Hawkeye side. Iowa with a 14-3 lead and on the move looking for more. Sunday on BTN, 2 of the best wrestling squads in the nation lock up when the top-ranked Hawkeyes battle the 7th-ranked Badgers. Don't miss Big Ten Wrestling Sunday at 8 Eastern on BTN and the Fox Sports app. The winner of that duel will wrestle the Iowa offensive line.
They'll have wrestle-offs, yeah, right? In between the 2nd and 3rd period, we will. That entire offensive line, every one of those guys wrestled in high school and with great success, and they play that way. They have great mentality, but they understand leverage. That's what wrestling gives you.
Tracy in motion, gets the carry. Tracy in all kinds of trouble, and it's Ben Stille who makes a huge play for Nebraska's black shirts back to the 28.
Excellent job by Stille, who probably wrestled in high school too. Nice job.
He did.
Just comes off the ball, so they don't block him. It was going to be a read off of him, and he took advantage of that. Nice job by Stille. Stille's got a motor. He's one of those guys, he can get things going, and he'll be back again. I like his skill set. I like what he has to offer. You still got to get a pass rush out of him.
2-time Class B state wrestling champion.
I knew it. Love that kid.
2nd and 19 at the 28. Goodson buried in the backfield, this time by Darien Daniels. And all of a sudden, Nebraska's gotten penetration on back-to-back plays.
And the reason that's coming from the sideline. So that's Eric Shenander. So now he's moving his people, right? You see him? See that quick move in the inside? And he just did a nice swim job on the guard, and you get a play in the backfield and set to this 3rd and long. It's a good job by Daniels of making the play, but an excellent call by Eric Shenander, their D coordinator.
This is a huge play, Matt. 3rd and 21. Nebraska's defense trying to stiffen. Reganey, nowhere to go. Jojo Moody.
Excellent play by Doman. They were in man, Kevin. They were in straight man. He's out there all by himself. He misses that tackle. He's off to the races. And so they rolled the dice a little bit. They brought a little pressure, and Doman came through for him. There's Shenander right there in the black coat. Good call. It's a great series by that Nebraska defense.
And now forcing Iowa into a long 49-yard field goal try. This would tie Keith Duncan's long for the year and for his career. And Duncan's kick is good.
Just poked it in that right side.
It's our last game of the season with this crew, and I gotta say, we've got an awfully good group of men and women who are working with us on these BTN broadcasts. Each one of them would be happy to take a football to the face if it meant for a better shot. So this is an interesting time for this question, but we're going to ask it anyway. U.S. Cellular wants to know, is it fair to say Nebraska football is heading in the right direction, Matt?
Millen, Penn State? I would say yes, absolutely. I think what he's done with what he's had, that's the key. See, that's the key to coaching. What do you have and what can you do with it? And what he's had right now, he needs some more players. He doesn't have enough bullets in the gun, but with what he has, he's done well, and he'll continue to build this thing.
Martinez buried by Epinesa. Didn't bite on the fake and went after Adrian Martinez for a 4-yard loss.
Yeah, this is exactly what Epinesa can do now. He made the decision for him when he saw with his eyes that Derek Mills wasn't going to get it, so he just took him. Epinesa is one of those guys. He really interests me. I'd like to see him turn up the intensity just a little bit, but I think that's his nature. He's just one of those guys who's kind of even keel.
And Epinesa able to shed the Hymas block and get a piece of Martinez along with Jaimin Colbert.
That's the Hymas maneuver. Yeah, that's not many people can pull that off.
No.
Yes. So if there was somebody choking out there, do the Hymas maneuver.
3rd down and 10.
Anyway, sorry out there.
No, you're not. Pressure coming. Martinez steps away in trouble. Martinez breaking tackles and is shoved out at the 30-yard line by Geno Stone.
Martinez doesn't look right to me. Doesn't look as explosive as he was last time we saw him, Kev. I wonder if he's taken a beating this year.
Yeah, he has.
I wonder if it's
still got that knee brace on, the left knee.
Just doesn't look as explosive as he's been.
Isaac Armstrong to punt it away to Max Cooper. Huskers only 44 yards of total offense in this game. Cooper waving for the fair catch, and will make it near the 26-yard line. Running and good moves by Tyler Goodson, juking Colin Miller, and then slipping past Davis as well, and then the big spin to get free on another long run for the freshman running back, who's closing in on 100 yards rushing in the first half. Mekhi Sargent out there right now at running back for the Hawkeyes, and Sargent on 1st down, able to reverse his field. Ran into Markel Dismuke at the 34-yard line. And 2nd down and short.
He still picks stuff up after the scrum. You know, it's still coming down to this offensive line. The offensive line right now is doing an excellent job. Sometimes, Kevin, it's not like they're just blowing guys off the ball. They start a certain way, and then they get on the backside and they push them, and they just kind of they're taking their momentum and using it against them. They're really playing well right now.
And it's reflected in those numbers right there. Stanley, quick drop. Dolman has it tipped, and he tips it to a teammate, Cam Taylor-Britt, and a game-changing touchdown. The pick 6 for Taylor-Britt.
Taylor-Britt got the pick 6, but Dolman made the play. That's a great job by Dolman getting his hands on it and kept the ball alive. And Taylor Taylor Britt did a great job. That's a BTN standout play if I've seen one.
Presented by Auto Owners Insurance. The tip and good concentration by Cam Taylor Britt to watch that one into the hands.
Yeah, because it should have been a pick by Doman. It went right through his hands. Taylor Britt showed him how to do it. Well done. That got him right back into this game.
Well, that's a huge lift for Nebraska as Matt Waldock comes on for the extra point try. And Nebraska within a touchdown with 8:54 17 to 10. 8:54 remaining in the first half with Matt Millen and Lisa Byington. I'm Kevin Kugler. Jojo Doman with the tip into the arms of his teammate Cam Taylor Britt, who takes it in for the pick six.
Just a simple cover three that they were playing, and he just did a nice job of reading the quarterback.
Smith-Marset from the 5-yard line. Smith-Marset reversing his field. He's got a lot of green in front of him, and he's got the edge. Smith-Marset down the sideline. Cannot pull him in, and it's a touchdown for Iowa. Reminiscent of the Wisconsin game just 2 weeks ago when Nebraska scored, and Aaron Cruikshank took one right back on him.
Smith-Marset, there was one guy who had a chance for him. He took the angle, and it was Cam Taylor Britt, the guy who just made the play on the other end. And he had, you know, watch this. So I want you to watch how angles work on defense. So you've got to take this and you've got to get up here. He's got to get as high as he can, and he just couldn't quite get there. Smith-Marset outran the angle and the player.
95-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. And this crowd at Memorial Stadium is stunned. They had just come back to life after the pick six. And another special teams breakdown. It's plagued the Huskers all year long. Extra point is good. 5-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. First for the Hawkeyes of any distance since October 21st, 2012 against Penn State.
Well, Smith-Marset, he's got top-end speed. And you saw that with that outrunning the angle. Sometimes, and it's interesting because this field's different now. It's more flat. Back in the day, they had a huge crown on this field. And when you were trying to calculate as you're running, every step you're making a calculation. And with the crown, it's messed everything up because you had to take a deeper angle than anything. It was a hard field to play on.
Tomorrow, a great day of football begins on Fox with The Game as the Buckeyes look to continue their title chase in a showdown against the rival Wolverines. Then on BTN, the Nittany Lions and Scarlet Knights square off in Happy Valley. It's all tomorrow on BTN, Fox, and the Fox Sports app.
So it'll be interesting to see how Michigan plays that Ohio State offense because they've got good personnel. A year ago, they played exclusively man coverage. That's what it looked like, and it just did not turn out well for the Michigan.
Martinez to the sideline and Stoll with a catch at the 29 where Jojo Moody was waiting.
Jojo Moody has been playing a really good game here in this first half. I mean, every time he's had an opportunity to make a play, he's made it. One of those guys who's an excellent cover guy, and what I like about him, he's a cover guy who will actually tackle you. Most of those guys are allergic to that.
Good size, 6'1", 200-pounder. 2nd and 6 at the 29. Option, Martinez on the key. Martinez with a first down. Decisive there for Adrian Martinez.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what he needs to be, but he still doesn't look, a little bit of his quick twitch is gone or something. That's what it looks like to me. Maybe it's just me, but it just doesn't look as quick as he had been.
Huskers need him to find a little of that here as they try to mount a comeback in this second quarter. Hawkeyes have had big play after big play in this first half. Wyatt Mazur in at running back now for Nebraska.
I think they were rolling down.
And Mazur with the carry. Good run for Mazur. Out near the 46-yard line before Christian Welch can make the stop. Well, we mentioned the big plays for Iowa. They've had several. The explosive touchdowns. 45-yard run for Smith-Marset. 55-yard run for Goodson. And the 95-yard kickoff return for a touchdown as Mazur gets the first down just across the midfield stripe before Dane Belton can bring him down.
A nice little cut inside and use the sides to get back to the top side. Mazur is I like those tough little gritty guys. You always can count on him. He's one of those guys who will do whatever you ask him to do, special teams, catch the ball out of the backfield, run when he has to. He's just a good all-around player.
Former walk-on, former quarterback.
Here he comes.
Boone Central High School. They wanted to see what he could unleash there, and Matt Hankins unleashed the Iowa defense on him.
Hankins said, hey, Moody, I can do this too. Moody, he read it perfectly. They were going to throw with that. That's what that was going to be. And Hankins reads it, and now he just takes off. You see, he left his coverage. He better make the play. That's the only thing he can do.
Mike Williams was out there, but nowhere for the former Super State quarterback at Boone Central High School to go with that football. 5 Hawkeyes, led by Hankins, on top of him. 2nd and 18. Robinson on the sweep. And Robinson back near the original line of scrimmage at midfield. Christian Welch with the tackle.
Which is going to set up, what, 3rd down here? 3rd and 11. Which is where they don't want to be. And Wan'Dale Robinson doesn't look like he's not Wan'Dale Robinson anymore.
Limping off the field. I mean, he is still.
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
Yes, he's not 100%.
He is not. You can tell.
Yeah. Hate to see that. Such an explosive young talent. One of the 4 finalists for the Horning Award in college football this year. The most versatile player in the game. Pressure on 3rd down from Welch. Martinez able to break away from 1. Breaks a 2nd. Gets back to the 49 of Iowa. Joe Evans with the tackle. And it's 4th and 10.
That's a good job defense right there. And they're getting off the field. You're going to take it. That's Phil Parker. Phil Parker with another good defensive call. You know, a lot of this stuff has to be manufactured if you don't have that guy as a pass rusher. If you don't, you know, like Phil Parker's, he does as good a job quietly as anybody out there. That's an excellent call.
Top 15 defense statistically in college football again this year for the Iowa Hawkeyes. Line drive punt. Takes a little Nebraska hop and out of bounds. So the Hawkeyes will go to work at their own 8-yard line as we take a look at today's Land Rover Conference news and notes. Ohio State reclaiming the top spot in the college football rankings. 2nd time this year they've been ranked number 1. Looking forward to Saturday. Wisconsin and Minnesota.
That'll be a good game.
West Division Championship. They'll of course face Ohio State. And still waiting on news from Penn State as to whether or not Sean Clifford will be under center against the Scarlet Knights. A game you can watch tomorrow afternoon on BTN. And the regular season wrapping up. 6 top 25 teams in the Big Ten Conference this year. The most for any conference. One of those 6 on display here in Lincoln with a 24-10 lead for the Iowa Hawkeyes. On 1st down, it's Goodson. And Goodson, Matt, you didn't see much of a hole there, and then you look up and Goodson's got 6 yards.
Yeah, so that means you're winning the line of scrimmage. So you're staying on blocks and you're just getting in the way. And Goodson's one of those guys who you look at and you see it doesn't look like a hole, but all of a sudden he pops through the other side. Guys are still staying on their blocks, and he takes advantage of it.
Brian Ferentz told us he makes yards that aren't blocked for. Just a freshman, the Georgia Player of the Year as a senior in high school just a year ago. 2nd and 5 of the 13. A little hesitation for Goodson. Now turns on the speed and has a 1st down. Jojo Doman knocking him out of bounds across the 20-yard line.
I'll tell you, they didn't run inside, but the guy, Darien Daniels, 79, actually, he's hard to block on the inside. You saw Goodson wanted to look inside, and he was like, nah, I ain't going in there. And he went and got the edge. Darien Daniels right now is pretty much controlling that inside. He's a big, powerful man. 300 and I don't know what. Where do you start weighing those guys? I don't even know. 3 1/4? Yeah, that's a lot.
Higher.
Bigger than that.
Goodson on the counter. Ran into Doman. Bounced around back the other way and ends up getting a yard to the 23. Carlos Davis covers him up. Goodson over 100 yards, Matt. He is the first Iowa 100-yard rusher against Big Ten competition all year long.
Yeah. So you want to be a nose tackle in the Big Ten. Watch right here. That's Darien Daniels. So Darien Daniels is running out. He's going to keep on coming and come back, and they whack him again. And that's the life of a nose tackle. You just get in there and you just start whacking people around.
And oh, by the way, your stats never show up.
Exactly.
Because you're a nose tackle.
Exactly right.
Stanley with a little pump, looking deep, and he overshot Tyrone Tracy. Good protection again for Nate Stanley. Cam Taylor-Britt out there on the coverage.
So what did we say at the start? He needed to be consistent. And that has been the bugaboo with him. And he's got good skills. He just hasn't been consistent. He's getting time here. He can relax in the pocket. Usually when that happens with Nate Stanley, he tears you up. But today, it's just been up and down. Hasn't been consistent.
Remaining in the second quarter. Be sure to tune in. The Big Ten Championship game presented by Discover airs next Saturday, December 7th on Fox. Ohio State will be there. Will it be Minnesota? Will it be Wisconsin? That will be determined later.
Who do you think, Kev?
I lean Wisconsin a little bit. I have no statistical or otherwise knowledge to back it up. But I kind of lean Wisconsin. I feel like Jonathan Taylor could have one more big day. From the 22 on third down, Stanley fires to the sideline. The pass incomplete. Excellent coverage on Tyrone Tracy from Jojo Doman.
Yeah, excellent coverage all the way around. Had a lot of time. He surveyed the field, stepped up in the pocket, bought a little bit more time, and still had nowhere to go with the ball. That's just good defense by the black shirts.
So now Iowa's
really
going to punt it back. Man, they have the red shirts. Who wear black shirts on practice days? Now Iowa's going to punt the ball back to Nebraska, Matt. 3:13 to go. The Huskers have timeouts remaining, 3 of them as a matter of fact. This feels like a really critical moment for an offense that has only scored 3 points today.
Yeah, but you've got to get on the board. You've got to get some points. Even if it is 3, Kev, they've got to get back on the board.
Here's Spielman. Didn't call for a fair catch, and a lot of black and gold on top of J.D. Spielman at the 35-yard line. Devontae Young leading the way, and now we've got a little pushing and shoving right on the end at midfield.
Yeah, it's okay. It's just a little disagreement.
It's a rivalry game.
Yeah, but sometimes it's overblown. You had a little something going on there. Eli Sullivan is down on the bottom. He got pancaked for 2. You see the referee, he had 2. It was a takedown. You're going to watch it. It's right down here. And they just kept on going, and they pulled them apart. No big deal. I watched it a little.
What would it take? I'm just curious. I've worked with you a long time now. What would it take for it to be a big deal? Does someone have to have a shiv? I mean, what has to happen?
No, a good shot will work. You know? Every now and then you see one of them, and it's like it takes you back to. Hey, let me explain something really quick, okay?
Yes.
So I get drafted by the Raiders back in the day. I walk into the practice field, and the first thing they say is, don't let anybody cross your face, no matter what. I understood completely.
First and 10 at the 35. Martinez, excellent protection, but better coverage for Iowa. So Martinez will run, and as he makes his cut at the 41, he slips down in the arms of Jaimin Colbert.
Yeah, you said it right, Kevin. Coverage was excellent. Nowhere to go with the football, and he made the right decision. Picks up, 7 yards or whatever it is, 6 or 7 yards.
Mills on 2nd and 4. Good run for Dedrick Mills as he blasts his way to the 49 through the tackle of Jack Kerner.
Jack Stoll did a nice job with the block up there, was able to allow him to get even more yardage. So, and they're going a little bit of pace right here, which they should.
Swing pass to the tight end Stoll, who slips. Remember, it's been raining most of the day. This field turf surface showing a little slipperiness out there, and it's 2nd down. Why do you suppose we've seen so many swing passes in this first half for Scott Frost offense?
Yeah, I was just thinking that, Kevin. Not pushing the ball down the field at all. And in all fairness, when he's taking a 5-step drop and look down the field, they've been covered. He hasn't been getting anybody open.
And now a flag down. Just the 2nd flag of the day. Very clean first half.
False start, offense, number 56, 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
That's Bo Wilson, the right guard. Huskers still have all 3 timeouts left. Martinez going to keep this one. Nice move. Martinez back into Iowa territory, and a good ankle tackle by Jack Kerner down near the 47-yard line.
Kerner took a great angle coming up. That's really hard for safeties from the middle of the field. There's a lot of stuff to read. He took a great angle and came in. See it inside out. You let him get a little bit ahead, and then you come up with the play. That's well done.
Big third down here for Nebraska. 3rd and 8 at the Iowa 47. Martinez, short toss to Mills with blockers in front. Dedrick Mills with a first down to the Iowa 31-yard line.
Mills knew exactly what he had to do as soon as he caught the ball, and that was get directly up the field. Don't spend any time trying to dance. Just get as much yardage as you can get. Well done.
Huskers opt to not use a timeout. They're right back to the line. First down at the 31, and timeout going to have to be used by Iowa. They were running personnel on as Nebraska was snapping the football. Timeout called by the Hawkeyes. We're back in 30 seconds. 9 seconds remaining in the first half. Iowa 24, Nebraska 10. Mike Hall, Coach Glenn Mason, Mike Martin, and Joshua Perry will get you caught up on this final week of Big Ten play. That's all coming up at halftime on the Reese's Peanut Butter Cups halftime report.
You'd like to get 6, Kevin, out of this. You'd want to close it to a 1-score game, but if not, if at the very least, you got to get on the board. You got to get points on this series.
Cade Warner in motion. Martinez sets up the screen to Mills. And a good shot by Jojo Moody.
He is playing lights out today. Every time they've tried something to his side, he has defeated the blocker and made the play. Jojo Moody, man, he brought his A game today.
And he was terrific last week, too. Ever since coming back from the Minnesota game with injury, he's been playing with his hair on fire.
I'm telling you, you can see it. He's right here. It's just, so it's not, so he's seen all the information, but he's processing really fast, and he's making really good decisions. And he understood, look, he had 2 linemen coming out, so he's got to get on the top side to force everything back to the inside, and he still made the play. Well done.
It's got to be a fun moment in a player's career when you get to the point where you can process everything you see that quickly and be able to react to it as fast as Michael Jojo Moody is doing right now.
That's the difference. You know, that's the difference, because it's a faster game than it ever is in high school, and you see the same things, but if you can process them quicker and get a better jump and anticipate things, then you're playing like Jojo Moody.
Second down at the 31-yard line, off play action. Martinez with time, looking over the middle, and it's intercepted by Jack Kerner. Kerner with the pick, headed for the sideline, and Kerner out of bounds near the 27. Matt Farniok helping to usher him out. He wanted Jack Stoll, and he threw it right into the arms of Jack Kerner with a flag down on the sideline.
A lot of time to throw, a lot of time to see the field. He made the right choice. I don't know if the ball, I can't tell if the ball's a little bit behind him or not, because Stoll was looking like going more towards the post. But Kerner played it perfectly. He's been playing well. You can see this. You can see 86 right down there.
Sideline warning on the Iowa bench. There's no yardage with that penalty. The result of the play is an interception. First down, Iowa.
So a first down for the Hawkeyes after the interception by Kerner, and this Iowa defense stands tall once again. The only points scored other than that field goal came on a pick 6 by the Nebraska defense. Otherwise, this Iowa D has held the Huskers to 114 total yards, and they've not allowed Nebraska to get any deeper than the 24-yard line of Iowa today.
This secondary is doing very, very well. This is
now watch at the end of this. Should this be looked at for targeting? Farniok lowers the helmet,
and then he holds him up. He doesn't, so he could have buried him, and he didn't. He let him go. Linemen can't help it. They're going to hit their head on something.
The knee is taken by Nate Stanley.
I've done a lot of linemen. Trust me, they bang their heads on everything.
Dean Blandino is watching along in our Fox Sports studios in Los Angeles. He would agree it was not targeting. He thought it was more face mask than crown of the helmet. Our replay official, Jim Kemmerling, I'm sure looked at it here at Memorial Stadium and said the same thing, as the Hawkeyes content to go into the locker room with a 24-10 lead, looking for their 5th consecutive win against the Nebraska Cornhuskers, and it's been a dominant first half for the Iowa Hawkeyes. We're gonna get the football first. Anything can happen here at Memorial Stadium. Huskers mounted a big comeback against this team last year as Cam Taylor-Britt will go to work from the goal line, and he's upended at the 15-yard line. Marquez with the tackle. And the Huskers start deep in their own end after the tackle here.
Yeah, so that's just a nice job of coming from the outside. Does a good job, takes out those legs, sets up this big. This is going to be a big series. So we always say the first series of the third quarter sets a tone for the rest of the half. And so let's see exactly what this Nebraska offense can do.
Huskers have had 10 total yards on 14 plays on first down. What about this first down? Dedrick Mills twists his way to the 19-yard line. That's one of the more productive first down plays of the day for the Huskers as they get 4.
They seem to have a little bit more success when they did this right here, and they had a little bit of pace in the first half. Let's see if it works for them here coming in the second half.
Martinez on the keep. And Martinez pushed back near the 23-yard line by Cedric Lattimore.
Yeah, but they're going to be third and about 3-ish. Yeah, 2.5 to 3, which is very manageable. And so you have options here. So, you get rid of the ball quick. The coverage is going to be a little tighter. You can use your feet to be able to do this from the quarterback, or just run the football here and take a shot. Let's see what they do. They look like they're in pretty tight coverage.
3rd and 2, it's Mills. And Mills just enough for the first down. Nick Neiman was the first guy to get there, Matt, but Mills just had a little extra lean at the end to move the chain.
Starts to the right and gets the backer to be able to move, and then he slid back to the left side there and was able to pick up the first down. It's a good job of running with your eyes.
With the first down play for the Huskers, they got 4 on their first down of this half. Martinez on the option pitch to Mills. They're going to get more than 4 on this one as he's out near the 39-yard line.
That's a great job by Adrian Martinez. Watch him. So he's going to draw the guy to him, and then pitch it off. That allows him to be able to get the big first down, and that's all on Adrian Martinez's decision-making. 14-yard
pickup on the play. Longest run of the day for the Huskers is Mills back up the middle for 3. Chauncey Golston with the tackle. Mills will check out for Scott Frost's squad. Wyatt Mazur in at running back. Warner and Spielman, the receivers, to the top of the screen as Mazur goes in motion. They swing the pass out to Mazur, and he can't haul it in.
I just, for the life of me, I'm not big on that play. They're going to the trip side. They have people already out there. They motion him. He runs directly out. He's pulling defenders as he goes with him, so the numbers don't even work. Let's see if it's a forward pass, and it looked like it was. All it has to be is in front of this line, and it is. Yeah, that's exactly it. This machine doesn't work.
I know, it's terrible. I don't know why that line came up there. 3rd and 7. There's Mazur again in motion. Hawkeyes bring pressure off the edge. Martinez trying to turn the corner and ran out of room. Dane Belton came in, the freshman from Tampa, Florida, with that extra pressure, and by the time Martinez got to the edge, the door was slammed shut, and the Huskers will punt it away.
And then it's a one receiver route to that side. I'm not getting this right now. Okay, so you have to give him more than one option. And so by the time now he did take off and run, and so maybe that cleared the rest of it out, but it turned into a one receiver route on the top side.
Collision. Is there going to be a flag on the bump of Armstrong? Officials are huddling up. It's 4th and 5. This conversation nets a flag.
It's fun. Kevin, the reason I'm laughing is because the fans were like, you could hear them coming like they better throw it. It was kind of a big grumble and all of a sudden a cheer.
Our referee is Mike Cannon.
Running into the kicker. Defense, number 35. 5-yard penalty. That results in a first down.
Barrington Wade.
Yeah, it looks more like he looked like he got blocked into it.
Almost like Matt Farniok sat on him.
Yeah. He gave him the old rear end push.
Dean Blandino is with us in our Fox Sports studios in Los Angeles. Is that merited, Dean?
Yeah, I don't like the call. It looked like he was blocked in and then almost held up, and the kicker did a nice job of selling that call and leaving his feet. And Matt likes those kickers that are good actors.
I just want somebody, as Epinesa makes a play in the backfield, I want somebody to excerpt that audio out, and I'll use it as a ringtone. Matt likes those kickers. That's all I need to hear. Matt likes those kickers.
Oh, my goodness.
Thanks, Dean.
Dean hit it right on the head, too. That was a good acting job. Give that guy a little gold statue. What do they give those? What do they call those things?
The Oscar?
Yeah, that. Epinesa should have gotten an Oscar. That was a good play right there.
No acting required on
None.
Epinesa's part.
A.J. Epinesa is an interesting guy for me. He's got really good skills. You know, and I had a chance to talk to him, and when we were talking, I talked to him about one of my favorite players when I was in Detroit, Jared DeVries. And as I was talking to him, he goes, you know, what the J in A.J. stands for Jared. He and his dad were real close and teammates.
Thank you.
Well, clock issue there. They stopped the clock after the tackle in the backfield by Epinesa, so they'll adjust that.
Yeah, Jared DeVries was one of those guys who played for. I was an All-American. He played for us in Detroit. He had a great motor, never quit. That guy could play football.
Martinez in trouble, and he's just got to spike this one. Incomplete. He had Mills in the area, but Hankins was pursuing, and the crowd a little disgruntled right now.
There is no intentional grounding on the play. Number 26, an eligible receiver, was in the area.
Dedrick Mills is that eligible receiver.
Yeah, you're going to see him right here. And so they're going to try to run a screen here to the left side. Now he's going to still be in that area. So he's just, all he's doing, he just has to be near it, and it was. That's exactly what he had to do. And he threw it down and hit the ground, and it sets up this third down. But it's 3rd and long.
Four-man pressure from the Hawkeyes. They get to Martinez, and it's Epinesa again.
Yeah, he just overpowered the left tackle there. Just did I think it was Hymas. Just gonna watch him. He's coming off the edge here. Boom. Oh, back to the inside. He came with a stunt. Yeah, wasn't even close.
Trent Hickson. Yep.
Hickson and Hymas. It's on that left side. The bunch of H's over there.
So the Huskers cannot take advantage of the running into the kicker penalty. They get a new set of downs. They go nowhere with it. And now the punt heads out of bounds. And the Hawkeyes.
The old coach came out of him, and I just absolutely loved it.
I could see you two having a good time with that.
Oh, yeah, that was fun.
From the 29 on 1st down for the Hawkeyes. Goodson trying to reverse his field right into the arms of Alex Davis, who throws him for a 1-yard loss. Huskers got a weapon back earlier today. They are without that weapon right now. That's Wan'Dale Robinson. We saw him limp off towards the end of the first half. You knew he wasn't right, and now back out there in street clothes. Clearly the day done for Wan'Dale Robinson. Lisa Byington, you got a little more on the sidelines?
Yeah, well, they took his helmet away. I had noticed even towards the end of the first half as well. And just in the pregame and talking to Troy Walters, he said the one concern I have is his explosion. And as we saw today, he just didn't have it.
Exactly right, Lisa. It was missing, and it's better to get him off the field. He needs to heal up.
2nd and 11, 4-man rush. Stanley throws wide of Sam Laporta. Darien Daniels with a little spin in the interior of that defensive line.
Darien Daniels played himself a pretty good game here today. Big man, just power guy. This time he got himself a little bit of some pressure and sets up this 3rd and 11. You know, Iowa's run the football well over, for about 160 yards or so. But they haven't thrown the ball very well today.
Only 39 yards passing for the Hawkeyes today.
He's had a lot of time to throw. Protection's been good.
3rd and 11. Huskers rush just 3. Stanley over the middle, and that's incomplete. He was looking for Goodson. Alan Miller in the area. Caleb Tanner was also dropping back from the line. Matt kind of doing some jumping jacks in the middle.
Yeah, it was man coverage, so everybody's locked up, and then Caleb Tanner was the guy sitting in the hole there just as an extra defender for any kind of crossing routes. And you're going to watch it. See, he's taking that drop. He's just going to sit right there. Miller does a nice job. They ran a combination coverage to that inside combination, tight end back out of the backfield.
Michael Sleep Dalton to punt it away. J.D. Spielman, the deep man. Huskers bring pressure. Sleep Dalton gets rid of it. Short punt, and the fair catch made by Spielman at the 41-yard line of Nebraska. Can Nebraska muster some offense? Down 2 scores. Fans all smiles right now. 24-10 lead over the Huskers. 10 minutes to play, 3rd quarter. And on first down, it's Dedrick Mills. Good yardage for Mills to the 47-yard line. Picks up 6 on first down.
Hey, they're doing a nice job. That time the offensive line won the battle, the line of scrimmage, and Epinesa tried to get off the ball. He may end up making a tackle, but you know, it's 2nd and 4. Those aren't tackles you like to make. You want 2nd and 9.
Huskers have been in 2nd and 9 more than 2nd and 4 today. Martinez going to run it. And Martinez slides down at the 47, and the crowd grumbling a little bit as Martinez stays down after the hit from Cedric Lattimore.
Yeah, Lattimore ended up putting him down. The guy who made the play really was Epinesa. Epinesa forced him to step up and get out and run. You're going to see him. See if this is a little bit on the late side. He's going down. He already started. Lattimore had already started going as he was going down, so they won't call him.
So it's 3rd down and 4. Mills on 3rd and 4. Trying to turn upfield. He's got the first down into Iowa territory at the 44-yard line.
That guy's legit. I love the way he finished that play. And watch the end of this play. Watch how he lowers his shoulders and keeps his feet moving. Doesn't stop. Keeps on going. That's really well done, Dedrick Mills. Good job.
Talking with Scott Frost, he said, you know, it took him a while to get acclimated. He's a junior college transfer, played at Georgia Tech. Took him about a half year to get acclimated. Now he's comfortable. Martinez going deep over the middle for Spielman, and the pass incomplete. Coverage with the freshman Dane Belton on his right hip.
Belton was on his hip, but a better throw, and he had 6. But I mean, it was going to have to. He'd had to drop a dime right there. But Spielman got on top of him. Martinez just misses one of the few times they pushed the ball down the field, and it's just a straight go route. 3 9s. Looks what it looked like. Here's McCaffrey in.
So Luke McCaffrey in at quarterback now as Martinez heads to the sideline. We've seen Vedral at quarterback. We've seen Martinez, obviously. Now we see McCaffrey at quarterback, and there's some movement up in Mesa.
That might be the best Oscar I've seen all year. Bart, you got to show that one. Bart's our producer down in the truck.
Offside.
That was hilarious.
Defense.
Watch this.
Number 94.
Watch this. Tell me this is not a
penalty.
flop.
2nd down.
Oh, no.
That's beautiful. Oh, my goodness. That looked like, I don't know what that was.
The best part was the beat that happened in between before Stoll went, whoa!
Exactly.
2nd and 5.
Oh, boy, that's funny.
39-yard line of Iowa. Here's McCaffrey on the run, throwing. He's got Spielman wide open. Touchdown, Nebraska.
Luke McCaffrey plays it perfectly. The idea of using your feet to draw the defender to you is exactly what he did. So he ran and he was reading the corner. And as soon as the corner broke, he let the ball go, and that was just done to perfection.
2nd career touchdown pass for Luke McCaffrey as the chant of Luke starts to echo through Memorial Stadium. And all of a sudden, a ball game has broken out in Lincoln as Waldock tacks on the extra point. And it's a 1-score game on Thanksgiving Friday.
Yeah, you're gonna watch Spielman. They're running a scissors route. He ran, as he run, both the defenders' eyes were in the backfield. See the eyes in the backfield? and that allows Spielman to get on top of him. McCaffrey took advantage of it, and it was 6 quick. Really well done.
On a day in which Nebraska has not lit the world on fire offensively, they're within a touchdown midway through the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, and McCaffrey's giving him a spark. Of course, his dad is Ed McCaffrey, and his mom, Lisa McCaffrey. Now, Ed claims to be the athlete in the family, but mom's the athlete.
Smith-Marset slipping down, and then a little bit of pushing and shoving, getting into it with Jeremiah Stovall. Now we've got a rivalry game.
Stovall's still mad that he didn't get that down on the goal line. Yeah, he just flopped down there. Stovall's coming down. What's he going to? Just going to give him a little bit of talkage, get in his face. Yeah, all in a day's work. All of a sudden, this stadium has come alive.
Let's see how Iowa answers. Goodson into the arms of Mo Berry, who pushes him back from the 24-yard line.
Good job by Mo Berry, just being patient, not running, getting in the flow. So he stayed to the backside like he should. The nose tackle, Darien Daniels, did a good job of staying square in the front, and then he came on the cutback, and Mo Berry's right where he should have been.
Goodson again. Goodson with a hold. Daniels there to pull him down at the 29. Brings up 3rd and 2 for the Hawkeyes. Yeah. And now a flag in late.
I wonder if he didn't get a face mask on Goodson when he brought him down. Darien Daniels did a great job of coming down the line of scrimmage and making that play. Goodson's getting up slow. Now watch Darien Daniels. He has him. Yeah, he's got him on a face mask. Yeah, and then it comes off, but it's a good call.
After the play's over, unsportsmanlike conduct, offense number 6. Half the distance to the goal, it will be 3rd down. That is number 6's first unsportsmanlike conduct penalty of the game.
So they missed the face mask, and they call Amir Smith-Marset for an unsportsmanlike conduct, which may be stemming from the play on the kick return where he slipped down.
Yeah, let's see. Here it is up top here. Let's see what goes on up there.
Cam Taylor-Britt involved.
Oh, Cam Taylor-Britt got a right in. He countered with the left, and they caught the left. Now we're talking.
3rd and 17 at the 14. Boy, does that change things. Goodson to the sideline. Sargent in on 3rd and a mile.
See if they can get any kind of pressure on him.
Only going to rush 3. They'll set up the screen to Sargent. And Sargent popped by Tanner, who slows him up long enough for Khalil Davis to get there and seal the deal.
Was that Tanner who made the first hit?
Yep.
Yeah, that's. So look, he made a great play, but he didn't finish the tackle. What's the difference between it, Kevin? What's a big thing of a tackle?
Yep.
Get him on the ground.
Yep.
The hit doesn't matter. Being on the ground and down matters. But well played by Tanner. Looks like he may have gotten a little bit of a shoulder there. I've carried my arm that way before.
But Nebraska's defense, Matt, comes up in a big spot because now momentum seems to be building a little bit towards the home team.
I'm going to be anxious to see who comes walking out here under center.
Who do you think?
I go with the hot guy. It was one throw, but it was better than what we had. Or what they had, I should say.
Sleep Dalton's punt. Gets past Spielman a little bit. Huskers are still going to have good field position near the 40-yard line. We're starting to see it get a little bit chippy here in Lincoln. Why? Well, because 2nd and 9 at the 41. Here's Martinez. Clean pocket, nobody open. He'll run, and Martinez down to the 45-yard line. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Second straight tackle by Epinesa again. Another good job. Sets up this 3rd down. This is where you have to make money, okay, right here. Another 3rd down. So on your defensive side, you've got to make a play, and the same thing goes offensively. But Nebraska right now has to use this little bit of momentum they have, and they've got to turn it into points. It's going to start right here.
Surprising that McCaffrey didn't come back out for this series after the success they had the last time. There he is on the sidelines, but Adrian Martinez, he's the starter, and Scott Frost has been stalwart with him all year long. Here's Mills on 3rd and 5. He's got the 1st down and a little bit more.
I like this kid. He is running hard. He has a great awareness of what he has to get. So you'll see him, instead of spending time going side to side, he goes right ahead, lowers his shoulders, tough running. That's good running by Dedrick Mills. That's a good. How many yards do you have right now?
Mills is sitting right now, Matt, at about 62 yards.
And 62 yards, and a lot of them he's making on his own.
From the 47-yard line, Mills trying to get away from Epinesa, and he's not going to. No gain on the play. It's 2nd and 10.
That's the 3rd time in 4 plays we've mentioned A.J. Epinesa's name. So A.J. Epinesa's turning it up a little bit. He's getting a feel for things. They've been chipping him, and they've been doubling him. He has a sack. He's been active. He made a couple of plays in the backfield, tackles for losses when at the mesh point. He's handled that very well. He's playing himself a pretty good game here. Jared DeVries would be happy with him.
2nd and 10 at the Iowa 47-yard line. Mills again. Mills banging his way into the secondary down to the Iowa 38, a yard shy of a Husker 1st down.
Tough running. I'm enjoying this today. That's really good running by Dedrick Mills, and a nice job that left side of the offensive line. Give him a little bit of running room.
3rd down and a yard. Dedrick Mills still staying in, but Martinez will keep behind a block from Dedrick Mills, and Martinez with a 1st down.
Yeah, so that's where the ball had to go, Kev. If we get an all 22 look at that, I'll show you the numbers. As soon as you see the numbers, they get to the line of scrimmage. That's where you have to run. You take a good look on the top side. Oh, if we had time, and we don't. But anyway, the numbers played in. All you had to do is get there. All the defensive people were accounted for by offensive players, and there was lots of room to the outside.
1st and 10 at the 33. Martinez again on the option, trying to reverse his field, and this field has been slippery today. That's a loss of 3.
This is the previous play, so you can see right here. So he can take care of him, he can take care of him, and you can get to the 1st backer. There's the play. And that's exactly what he saw, and that's why he took advantage of it. Bait him on the inside, and then get to the outside, and you're going to pick up your 2 yards.
Huskers trying to win their way to the postseason. Here's Mills. And Mills fighting down near the 32-yard line. Welch and Stone there for the Iowa tackles.
So I'm thinking, how do you call the play here on 3rd down? Because do you go for it on 4th? Right? So you want to keep that in your back pocket.
Yeah, if you think it's 2 down territory here, 4 yards isn't a bad play on 3rd and 8. All on the ground on this drive. And they do keep it on the ground, and it's Mills turning upfield, and a big stick leveled on Mills by Cedric Lattimore.
Yep. Lattimore just kept on coming. When he cut back, he just introduced himself rudely. Watch that. That's a nice hit. Yeah, so this makes sense to me. This makes sense to me. It's in 4th down, and they're going to go for it, and they need to. They're keeping around. You got a lot of time. 20 seconds left. See what they do.
It's 4th and 6. 10th play of the drive as Nebraska goes for it.
Don't go to man.
Martinez with time floats it over the middle. There's Warner. He's got the 1st down, and Cade Warner fighting for more.
So there had to be a drop coverage. It looked like they were in man coverage when they went with motion. The inside backer left, and that's a dead giveaway. So Warner comes from the backside. Let's see who picks him up. They don't have anybody. Well, I can't see the all 22, so.
There's Mills stumbling down to the 11-yard line. He had more yardage that he left there. Picks up 7 on the run.
That 10-yard line tripped him.
Huskers pacing now. Smelling the end zone. Trying to tie it up. Mills with Epinesa the first to grab him. Just short of a Husker first down. Golston also there.
Sets up this third, so 3rd and short. Interesting play. So the thought process should be first down first, not score first. You might be tempted to take I mean, it's not a shot. It's only a 9-yard throw, but you want to get the extra downs first.
3rd and a long 1.
See how they play it.
Chris Hickman in the game. He's in motion. They'll use him as a blocker for Mazur. And Mazur to the goal line. Touchdown. We're an extra point away from a tie game in Lincoln.
That's a nice design on the play, so you get them running both outside, thinking outside. Mazur, the run Mazur gets over the goal line. It wasn't even close. That was excellent job. Nice job up front by the offensive line as well.
And here's Matt Waldock to try to tie it up, and he does. And Nebraska has come storming back. 32 seconds to go in the 3rd, and the home team even with Iowa in the Heroes game. And Wyatt Mazur with his first touchdown of the season. Not a bad time for it as far as Scott Frost is concerned.
So you asked the question, you know, in the first half, does he have him on the right track? There's your answer. He's almost there. Usually to turn a program around, Kevin, it takes, until you establish everything, it takes a good 5 years. He's certainly way on his way, rather. This is really well done.
Well, let's check in with the Aflac Duck for the Aflac Trivia Quiz. Aflac. Nebraska's played in every day after Thanksgiving game since 1990. Which team do they have the most wins against during that span on the day after Thanksgiving? We'll give you the answer, although you may already know it, coming up.
I don't know that. Every time I think of Nebraska, I think Oklahoma, Nebraska, the big game. I think of Jamie Rogers.
It was always the big one. Short kickoff, fielded at the 20, out to the 30, and down to the 32-yard line goes Monty Potabom. Let's take a look at the house they built by Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans. J.D. Spielman climbing the list in Nebraska's career receiving yards. Spielman 3rd all-time. Now remember, J.D. Spielman's just a junior. He's got another year to go, so J.D. Spielman seems certainly on track to be Nebraska's all-time leading receiver by a long, long way.
And he's tough, too. He's a tough little guy, man. He plays with everything. He brings everything.
The disparity in the 3rd quarter is startling. 131 yards for Nebraska, 6 for Iowa. Stanley facing 4-man pressure. Floats it over the left side. Got a man open and dropped by Tyrone Tracy.
Oh, that's a great play right there by Cam Taylor-Britt. He knocked the ball out. Watch this. Watch his hand. Oh, no. It went through his hands. Went through his. That's a nice play by his right knee. Defensively. That went right through his hands.
Every single person in the state of Nebraska wearing scarlet and cream exhaled as that ball slipped through the hands of Tyrone Tracy. 2nd and 10 at the 32. Nothing doing for Mekhi Sargent. Alex Davis leading a charge. And speaking of charge, stadium and the guys on the field for Nebraska. Huskers have the momentum. Huskers have the emotion. Iowa's got to try to right the ship. The Hawkeyes have run just 8 plays in the second half. 2 3-and-outs and 2 plays on this drive. The 3rd play starts the 4th quarter. It's 3rd and 9. Stanley to the sideline, and there's a good catch by Tyrone Tracy, but it's a yard short of the first down. Jojo Doman with the tackle. 4th and 1. Tie game early. 4th punt team coming on for Iowa.
He got off the field. That's big. One thing with the Iowa Hawkeyes is Kirk Ferentz he's never too high, he's never too low, he's as even all the time. Been there, done that. It's as good as you're going to get.
Low punt. Takes a good Iowa bounce. And the Huskers are going to be deep in their own end. Inside the 10. That thing finally dies at the 9.
That bad punt turned into a good punt.
It sure did, of 50 yards. We gave you a question to answer earlier. Now we'll give you the answer to your homework as we revisit today's Aflac trivia quiz. Aflac. The team Nebraska's defeated the most on the day after Thanksgiving is, unveil please, Colorado. 11 wins for the Huskers. They played Oklahoma, Colorado, and Iowa in that span. Next year, the day after Thanksgiving, the Huskers will play Minnesota. Here's Martinez on 1st down. And Martinez pulled down at the 14 by Chauncey Golston. It's a 5-yard pickup on 1st.
Nice job by Trent Hickson, the left guard who came around. So Colorado, Oklahoma, Iowa.
They've struggled against Iowa, and only one of those 3 wins have been in Lincoln. Huskers have lost 4 straight in this season-ending series. If they can break that streak today, they'll go bowling. Mills trying to find running room. Not much there this time. Brady Reef leading the charge for Iowa.
Yeah, when you look at Iowa and the inside of that defense, you have Brady Reef and Cedric Lattimore. Both those guys, they do everything right. Their pad levels are good. Their hands are good. They square people up. They're two-gapping for those people who understand what two-gapping means. It's not an easy thing to do. So you're controlling the guy across from you and allowing the backers behind you to make the plays. And every now and then you'll make a tackle.
For those that don't, can you sum up two-gapping in 5 seconds?
No, it's too much. I'd have to show you.
3rd and 3 for Nebraska. Martinez to keep. Trying to get to the edge and well defended by Dane Belton, the freshman.
Yeah, Belton didn't go for it at all. And he kept his leverage to the outside. He wasn't going to get run over, and then he just took a nice angle and got him out of bounds. Watch Dane Belton, he's going to drop down. Now here, right here, perfect. Cat and mouse, take the angle, really well played. He was coached well in high school.
Jesuit high school product, Tampa, Florida. True freshman.
It's a good play.
Yeah, he's been a real find for Phil Parker on that defensive side. They've got some young guys in the backfield. He's one of them who's played well. Short punt. Iowa's going to have good field position, and it takes a little Iowa hop. Huskers down it with Eli Sullivan.
That's a lousy punt.
Husker defense coming back to a roll. Dean's List in the College of Business, and the starting left guard for the Cornhuskers. Torrin Young in at running back. We saw Tyler Goodson leave dinged up. We've not seen him since. It's been Sargent and Young.
Kevin, they flew for over 200 yards in the first half and just like nothing here in the second.
Good field position though at the Husker 45 as Young works over the right side, and Torrin Young down to the Husker 41. Markel Dismuke with the tackle. Best starting position today for Iowa, Matt. First time they've started across the midfield stripe.
Yeah, and they need to take advantage of it. But what they've done a good job today, both teams have done a nice job of holding on to the ball. There haven't been any turnovers in this game.
Nebraska trying to extend its season. Iowa trying to win game number 9 on the year. Stanley floating it for his tight end Byer, and he cannot connect. Alex Davis running in coverage.
Yeah, Byer got on top of Davis, and so he tried to put a little touch on the ball and just missed him. Just missed him by a little bit. You're going to see right up here on the top. You see Davis 22 and Byer 42, and that's a nice little touch pass, just a little bit too long. Sets up this 3rd down. It's a big 3rd down here for this Nebraska team.
Stanley 7 of 18, just 46 yards for the quarterback, Nate Stanley.
See the motion comes across and they just bump it over. It tells you it's going to be a zone.
Four-man pressure. Stanley trying to elude the rush. Tripped up. It's Ben Stille who caught him short of the first down.
Jojo Moody did a really nice job. So they played a zone and they matched against Smith-Marset. So everybody's dropping in the zone, and Doman's the guy who got on his horse and ran with him, and you can see Nate Stanley limping off the field there.
Oh boy. Ben Stille wrapping him up around the ankles, and here comes the punt team on for Iowa. 5th straight drive that Nebraska's forced an Iowa punt. Play clock's at 0, and here comes a flag.
Yeah, but he can't because the official was standing over the ball. Official was standing over the ball. They'll put more time back on the clock.
Yep. Flag's been picked up, I believe.
Delay a game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
Hold on a second. So sometimes when they're changing
Substitutions, you have to be allowed to stub.
Exactly.
The 5 yards really doesn't impact what Iowa's trying to do that much here from a punt standpoint.
No, actually it helps them.
Yeah. So J.D. Spielman now back. Huskers switch out punt returners. Cam Taylor-Britt was back. Now Spielman back there. And Michael Sleep-Dalton will just punch this one to the corner. And Spielman. Either way, Huskers deep in their own end, and they'll start with Dedrick Mills. And Mills gets a little breathing room to the 5. Chauncey Golston with the tackle. There's been a sea change in this game, Matt. First quarter, 191-44 in favor of Iowa from a yardage standpoint. Since then, it's been all Nebraska.
It really has. And they've been running the ball exceptionally well, and they've been throwing the ball with different people.
With mixed success.
Yes.
2nd and 7 at the 5. Mills again, and Mills blasted by Christian Welch.
Well done by Welch. That's a good read. They attacked it at the line of scrimmage and got him. Because had he been able to get out of that, he was starting his slide to the right. There was room on the right side to be able to get some yardage, which sets up this 3rd and 8.
And this series is critical. Iowa chose to play the field position game, and a defensive stop here would make that a game-winning potential move.
Which makes this down right here a big down.
Swing to Mills, blocker in front, and Mills close to the first down, but out of bounds at the 11. He needed the 12, a yard short. Jack Kerner with the tackle.
Yeah, they've been running that quite a bit. The numbers don't work, Kevin. The numbers don't work. You see, it's 2-on-2 to the outside. The receiver who's out there is going to block the first guy, and then the other defender, he's got a free shot at it. They're smarter than me. I'll shut up.
Isaac Armstrong will punt it away. Nebraska ran a fake deep in their own end in last year's game. They do not do it here as Cooper calls for the fair catch. And the Hawkeyes go back to work on offense. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line. Stanley back out there off the play fake, throws it short to his tight end Laporta. And Sam Laporta fighting for yardage into Nebraska territory at the 46-yard line. Nate Stanley back out there for more on that. Let's go down to Lisa Byington.
Yeah, he looks pretty good on that rollout. I wasn't sure how good he would look on the move because he was really favoring that right leg. He spent the entire series in the medical tent, but he took a couple drop steps, planted his foot, and immediately told the coaching staff that he'd be good to go.
Well, they need him out there. And there he is, trying to lead Iowa to a 4th quarter win. They did it last year with a field goal as time expired.
Nothing like a little adrenaline to get you through.
2nd and 3 at the 46. Trying to find yardage for the first down is Torrin Young. He'll be close.
He's going to be short. Short by about a half a yard. Less than that.
3rd down and short coming up. Earlier in the game on 3rd down and 3, we saw Nate Stanley sneak for 4.
Yeah, exactly. See how much he trusts his ankle. And, you know, really, since that first quarter, the line of scrimmage battle has been pretty even.
3rd and short. Leading in motion. Stanley on the sneak, and Stanley breaks free and has a first down.
Ankle's still pretty good. 5 yards, so. Kevin. Yeah, and they just went power on power right ahead. They doubled Darien Daniels, and then he's a big man. People forget about how big he is. That just rolled forward for 5 yards.
So a 4-yard sneak and a 5-yard sneak as Darien Daniels goes to the sideline. Looked like he was limping a little bit.
Yeah, that's not good. Not good for that Husker defense.
At the Husker 38-yard line, new set of downs for Iowa. In the game, in a tie game, 1st and 10 at the Nebraska 38-yard line. You can catch the T-Mobile BTN kickoff concert featuring Fall Out Boy live from downtown Indy next Friday, December 6th as part of Big Ten Championship Weekend. Register for your free ticket at btn.com/kickoff-concert. Can Nebraska's black shirts come up with one more stop in this 4th quarter to give their offense a chance at a win that would extend Nebraska's season? Stanley with 4-man pressure, pocket collapsing.
Great play.
And Reganey gets his legs taken out from under him by Cam Taylor-Britt.
Cam Taylor-Britt read that really well. It was a cover 2. He's the corner. He's reading from the outside in, and he saw it develop late. And watch this, he just comes clean. Now, he got him on the ground. That was a lousy tackle, but it was a good tackle because he got him on the ground.
2nd and 8 at the 36. Mekhi Sargent, the running back. He's got the ball, little spin, and he spins right into traffic. DiCaprio Boodle was there along with Mohamed Barry.
DiCaprio Boodle came up from the secondary. Barry's on the inside. Sets up this 3rd down, okay? So what do you want to do? Normally you'd like to use the feet of your quarterback to buy you some time. They have not touched him in the pocket all game long. Nate Stanley has had good time to throw the ball, but coverage has been pretty good down the field.
That'd be the biggest defensive play of the season for Nebraska. Can they muster a stop?
Better get your hands on Smith Marset.
And whistles. I think 3rd and 5 is about to become 3rd and 10.
Full start. Offense, number 68.
Paulson.
5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Landon Paulson flinched early. Now 3rd and 10, the 6th Iowa penalty.
And you're going to see a little flinchage right inside. See that he just a little bit too much of an early start. Smith Marset was set down low, and it looked like he was running a deep crossing route. They take time to develop, but you can use your speed laterally, and you can see the change. Let's see if they do it again. Where is he?
On 3rd down, Mekhi Sargent goes down at the 34-yard line. Barry with the tackle. And now 4th down for the Hawkeyes.
That's a 52-yard field goal.
Duncan's hit from 49.
They're going to try it again. That's a good call by Kirk Ferentz. He's going to go again.
They've been good on 4th down this year, Matt. 14 of 20 on 4th down. This is 4th and 6. Quarterback sneak for 7. We've seen Nate Stanley sneaking for 4 and for 5.
Keep your eye on Smith Marset.
And they're going to have to use a timeout. That play clock was down to 1. So 1 timeout remains for the Hawkeyes, and it's 4th and 6 for Iowa.
Right, big play right here. Big down, big play. So let's set the scene. They haven't really got, the Husker defense has not really gotten pressure on Nate Stanley all game long. So Iowa feels good about throwing from the pocket. And so when you have that kind of time, you want to try to use speed. So speed in a shortened field doesn't really work, but it does work on a crossing route. That's where you can use your speed and run away from people. And if you get a little bit of time, that sounds like Smith-Marset.
Matt, we saw Darien Daniels limp off earlier in the drive. He stays on the sideline now for Nebraska as they bring their defense out. 4th and 6.
The one guy who might be able to get there is Stilley.
He's over the right tackle, Tristan Wirfs.
He's right up here.
And it's a quick kick, a little pooch kick from Stanley. And that one's going to roll into the end zone. Just a skosh too late for Amir Smith-Marset to get there on the dive.
Smith-Marset did a great job in terms of his effort. And watch, he's going to try to throw it back, but it gets caught on his foot right there. That's a great effort, though. Great effort. So in college football, it's not the body, it's where the ball is. And because it hit his leg, then it kind of kicked into the end zone. But good effort.
So out to the 20 it goes, and Scott Frost's team trying to win their way to a bowl, extend their season, get 15 crucial extra practices for a program that's trying to build. They line up in a tie game, and a flag flies. Only one penalty today against the Huskers. It's about to become 2.
False start, offense, number 11. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Tonight on BTN, it's a huge volleyball matchup when 5th-ranked Wisconsin squares off against number 7 Penn State. Don't miss Big Ten volleyball powered by Unleaded 88 tonight at 6:30 Eastern on BTN and the Fox Sports app.
No, if this was a wrestling match, Kevin, this would be 1 versus 2 right now.
It would.
I'm just mentioning.
You're just is wrestling season underway?
It is.
No, I didn't know. 1st and 15. Here's Mills. Dedrick Mills right into the middle of that Iowa front, and Mills didn't move Brady Reef.
A nice job by Brady Reef. We talked about him earlier just in terms of how they do everything right on the inside. And of course, his brother plays up in Minnesota right now, but Brady's just a good, solid defensive tackle in there, just plays with great discipline.
Second and 14. Martinez wants to throw, and he threw that one away.
Set his feet, but the coverage was there. There was really no place to go. It sets up this 3rd and long. Is this second? Yeah, this is 3rd.
3rd down. Yep.
3rd down. 3rd and long. I got mixed up in my fingers. And 1, 2, 3 is hard to do anymore.
It's not easy.
I tell you.
Especially late in the year.
You're telling me. I think I lost count last night. I was eating all that pie.
You only had 4 slices.
Shh, don't tell my wife is listening. They say it's heart healthy.
3rd and 14. Vanessa providing the pressure, and he provides the sack.
That's what you need. Great players make big plays at big times of the game. That's when they show up, and Epinesa just showed up. Just coming off the ball, working on Hickson, and then so part of that is on the coverage. There's a long time to throw that football. They needed it, but Epinesa came through.
So the Huskers do nothing. Now we'll punt it away to Max Cooper. Armstrong with a decent punt, and it takes a Nebraska roll inside the 40 and out of bounds. .3:14 to go in this one. Tonight on BTN, Big Ten basketball comes your way when Caleb Wesson leads the 10th-ranked Buckeyes into action against Morgan State. It all tips off tonight at 9 Eastern on BTN and the Fox Sports app. So the Hawkeyes with 1 timeout remaining, Matt. Eric Chinander's defense looking for 1 more stop as Iowa starts on its own 37. Kirk Ferentz, 1 game-winning drive away from 9 wins in 2019. No Goodson again at running back. Mekhi Sargent back there on 1st down at the 37. Sargent the carry, Sargent a hole. Mekhi Sargent down the sideline. Markel Dismuke saves the touchdown as he pulls him out of bounds at the Husker 33.
Yeah, that's well done by Dismuke. He's the last line of defense. There's a flag thrown there. There's the last line of defense, and he's got to make the play. So he used the sideline as his help. You can see him come from the middle of the field. You'll watch it on the top side here. Just took the right angle. He's got to get him down, and he does.
And a horse collar tackle is going to be added on to the end
There
of
is
this.
no foul for a horse collar tackle. The runner was pulled forward. First down, Iowa.
Never mind.
So apparently, if you pull him forward from the, it's a lot easier, or I should say, not as dangerous as it is from pulling him backwards.
So there you go. First and 10 at the 33-yard line. Iowa. Keith Duncan's hit from 49. Well, the Hawkeyes going to win it back-to-back years on a last-second field goal. Sargent caught from behind. It was Khalil Davis, the first guy to get there, but Sargent not going to go down. Did the ball come out? It did. It's Nebraska ball.
So they were going to play the scrum game and get the good push. They didn't blow the whistle. They kept it going, and in that process, somebody yanked the ball out.
In the middle of the scrum, the ball's going to fall right between the legs. There it is.
Right there. Somebody yanked it out. I have no idea who it was, but there it is. They didn't roll. You know, they didn't blow. This is that rule that allows the offensive lineman to keep pushing, and they did. And they allowed it to keep going. Somebody got it out of there.
I wonder if is it Colin Miller who's trying to reach in there with his left hand? Dismuke was in there as well. It's almost impossible to tell.
Well,
Cam Taylor-Britt came up with the ball.
One of them knows it. One of them knows who it is.
Alex Davis in there too.
The ball's out right now. I mean, it was out a little bit earlier than that. You see Khalil Davis scrambling for it. He's crawling after it like it's there. It is. Watch him. That's beautiful.
Well, they're looking at it on review here, but it seems pretty clear that this is a clear fumble, certainly a clear recovery by Cam Taylor-Britt. There's the ball.
Well, they didn't. Hey, so they didn't blow the whistle, and he's still going forward, and they're allowing him to play. The ball is out. That's a fumble.
Our referee is Mike Cannon, and here comes the call.
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. First down, Nebraska.
In a 5-6 year, there haven't been a lot of breaks that have gone Nebraska's way. Is this a break that will send Nebraska bowling? Can they convert against one of the best defenses in the Big Ten Conference? Wyatt Mazur on first down. Mazur knocked out of bounds by Geno Stone at the 38-yard line.
That was fun about that play. It was Geno Stone tracked him from the other side of the field all the way across. And Missouri was, and he had a nice pickup there of 8 yards, but that was well done by Stone. A long way to run.
Second down. Martinez on the keep. He's got a first down. And Adrian Martinez ushered out by Matt Hankins at the 44. 2:13 remaining in the ball game. Tied at 24.
Yeah, Cade Warner did a nice job of blocking right there, gotten away, and allowed him to be able to turn that corner. So everything here is going to be 4 down. So it's not the ball. They're not giving the ball up until they turn it over and downs or they score.
Mazur ran into Epinesa, and that was the end of that play. A yard is all for Wyatt Mazur. Clock continuing to run, 1:48 and counting.
Here comes Luke McCaffrey.
Wow. McCaffrey in on second down on a potential game-winning drive.
Plenty of time, 24 seconds on the clock, running down out of 20. He doesn't know what they're doing out there. Stoll. Here we go. They're changing personnel.
Still time on the play clock.
Yep.
Game clock down to 1:20.
He's going to stop. He's going to allow him to make a change.
McCaffrey on the roll.
Got him. If he wanted him.
Didn't throw. Now going to run. McCaffrey. 2 yards. 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 2 yards And McCaffrey yanked down by Geno Stone at the 49-yard line. A lot of time came off the clock during that play.
He had him on the time. Here comes a flag.
A late flag way at the end of the play.
Well, he was reaching for it. It wasn't that late. He saw it. He didn't get to throw it. Yeah.
So looking like they're calling Mike Williams, number 19.
Yeah.
You're reading lips. Side judge said 19. Mike Williams pleading his case with Dedrick Mills.
It don't matter what you say. Trust me.
You've tried?
Yeah, here he is right down here. Yep, and here's
Personal foul,
coming through.
illegal blindside block. Offense number 19. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run.
Yeah, I don't know
Still
about that
second
one.
down.
One more look at it here.
His hands are up. He's not going to strike him. He's going to try to do the run by.
Yeah, almost a blow by there for Mike Williams. It's a tough call to get in that situation. And it backs the Huskers up from what would have been 3rd down and 5. Second down and 20 now for Nebraska. Martinez back in. Backfield empties out. Martinez just going to keep it. And Martinez shoved out of bounds at the 35 by Matt Hankins.
I like the call.
And if you're running that play, what you're essentially saying, Matt, is you're trying to think about playing for overtime at this point. And when you run out of bounds, that certainly doesn't help your cause. Clock stops with 45 seconds to go, and Nebraska's got some work to do, or Iowa's going to get the football back. Now, they'd have a long way to go, one would think.
They got 45 seconds left to go, so this one's probably going to go to OT.
Missouri on 3rd down and a mile, down at the 39-yard line. And timeout used by Iowa. They call their final timeout. 40 seconds to go. Tie game at 24.
Iowa, the 3rd and final timeout of the half. This will be a 30-second timeout. Please reset the game clock to 41 seconds. 4-1. Thank you.
If this game does go to overtime, it'll be the 2nd for Nebraska this year. They lost out in Boulder earlier this year in overtime. Iowa has not had an overtime affair this season. 41 seconds to go in the 4th. Nebraska needs a win to go to a bowl game. Iowa needs a win to move to 9-3 and likely head to somewhere sunny and warm around the 1st of January.
That would be like central Nebraska.
Yes, exactly. It's way warmer out there. Isaac Armstrong with Max Cooper back. Cooper will clear out of the way. Takes a little Nebraska roll and out of bounds near the 26-yard line. So no timeouts, 32 seconds. Ball at your own 26-yard line.
What you do have is a quarterback with a big arm. He can make these throws here. He's been well protected, but they've also been well covered.
Also have a kicker who has hit 28 field goals and is a Lou Groza Award finalist in Keith Duncan. They're going to need some yardage to give him a shot. Nebraska's defense has 1 pick six today.
Iowa has no timeouts.
And a whistle and a stoppage, and Nebraska uses a timeout.
You see Darien Daniels, he was so excited to get back
Charge
to the quarterback.
timeout. Nebraska, their first. This will be a 30-second timeout.
So a timeout used by Nebraska on defense to try to figure out their next move defensively. You've got Iowa with a 1st down and 10 at their own 26-yard line. All right, Matt Millen, this is what you want. The final game of the regular season, it comes down to the very end.
Yeah, and so you have a big arm quarterback, and so you want to use that, okay? So you can, in college football, the clock will stop when you get a 1st down, so you want to be thrown over past the sticks. You can use the entire field, and so you can use the middle of the field. He only has to get back. He has to get about maybe, I don't know, what, maybe 40 yards here. And then, because you're going to play for, if you got anything, you're going to play for field goal.
From the 26 on 1st down. Stanley going deep. Reganey on the sideline. He's got it! An over-the-shoulder catch for Nico Reganey. The clock will stop while they move the chains at the Nebraska 36.
Reganey that's a great catch. You know how hard that is? Let's see if he bobbled. He did bobble, but he already hit the ground when it happened, so it would have been a catch.
They're going to look at this again. The crowd just saw it on the big screens here at Memorial Stadium.
Let's watch it. Let's see if he has control of the ball and then hits the ground and he fumbles and then fumbled out of bounds. Let's watch. There's the catch. He has control.
Dean Bland.
He still has control, and now it comes out afterward. Dean, what do you think?
Yeah, the key is he has to hold on to the ball when he hits the ground, which it looks like he does. Watch, control. He's got it in his right hand. He maintains control when he hits the ground. Now, as he starts to roll over, he's going to lose the football. To me, this is a catch. It should stay a catch in replay.
Right, I agree with you.
Ruled a catch on the field. A couple more looks at this one. Did it bobble at all on the first roll? Watch again. Another look.
Catch, control. Puts it away. Has it. Starts to come out right there as he rolls.
Dean, you've had a couple more looks at this. What do you see?
That's going to be the question again. If he loses the ball as part of that roll after initially hitting the ground, it's a catch. If he loses control when he hits the ground, it's an incomplete pass, and that's going to be the question. Again, I still think he may have it as he starts to roll.
The notepad is out, Dean Blandino. Does that mean anything to you?
The notepad tells me that they're going to change this, and they're going to go back to the previous spot. So they determined that he lost the ball when he initially hit the ground, and they're going to make this incomplete.
Nebraska's defense believes the same thing. They're headed back downfield. The chain gang is headed back downfield. This is getting reversed. There's a lot of folks in this state that are going to be delighted. There's folks across the river from Council Bluffs all the way to the Quad Cities in the state of Iowa that are going to be very unhappy with what's about to happen here.
What I liked is they did exactly what they should have done. That's a big throw from a big arm player and a great catch. Well, I guess they're not going to call it a catch anymore.
Here's the official ruling.
After review, the receiver did not complete the process of a catch. It's an incomplete pass. It'll be 2nd down and 10, the 26-yard line. Please reset the game clock to 27 seconds. 2-7.
Wow.
Thank you.
That's a giant break for Nebraska and a real gut punch for Kirk Ferentz and the Iowa Hawkeyes.
But all you have to do is do it one more time, right? It's easy.
Well, that's it. Just lob it up. 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, so depending on what happens here, Kevin, they would kick it. If Nebraska stops them here, that gives you a 3rd down. Let's see what happens if they don't take some timeouts.
2 left for the Huskers. Stanley, good protection. Nobody open. Stanley throwing on the run. That one incomplete.
Good defense. Great coverage. Good job all the way down the field. The pressure here really doesn't matter. What matters is you can't give him an open receiver.
Third down and 10. Stanley to the air. Open is Smith-Marset, and he hangs on, and here comes a flag on the hit from Cam Taylor-Britt.
And he hung on to that thing the whole way. It's a great effort. And it stops the clock.
Ball's at the 48-yard line of Iowa. Watch the hit again. This drew a flag.
Yeah, they're going to call that helmet to helmet, which would mean they tack another 15 yards onto this.
13 seconds on the clock right now. Smith-Marset, you can see him grab the hand. Now, was it the shoulder or was it the head?
Result of the play is a completed pass. We have personal foul, targeting, defense, number 5. That play is under further review.
Dean Blandino's back with us in our Fox Sports studios in Los Angeles. Head contact to head or shoulder contact to head?
Well, either way, if you have a defenseless player, which the receiver is, if you initiate forcible contact to the head or neck area and there's an indicator, it's targeting. So here you're going to see the defender lead with the shoulder. He's going to initiate that contact to the head area, and I do feel like this call should stand.
So this call would be targeting, which would mean Cam Taylor-Britt would leave this game. And more importantly for the game at the moment, 15 yards would be added on to the end of the play. Here's another look at it. So Cam Taylor-Britt called for targeting, and Scott Frost's reaction on the sidelines. He knows. Here's the call from Mike Cannon, our referee.
After review, there is no foul for targeting. It's a completed pass, first down.
That's a huge no call. Dean Blandino, why would that not be targeting?
Well, they're re-officiating the play, and they have to confirm all elements. So obviously they felt they couldn't determine that the contact was to the head or neck area. It certainly looked like there was contact to the head.
All right, Dean, thanks very much. Changes what happens here for Iowa, too. They have no timeouts. 13 seconds remaining, and Stanley to the air over the middle. He's got Laporta, his tight end, who's down at the 29-yard line.
They have to down. They have to kill it right here. Everybody's got to get lined up, and they are.
And now we've got a stoppage in play
because the
chains are.
No, it was the defenders. See, they were trying to get it to stop, and the defenders were trying to get in the way. So the official stepped in, the umpire stepped in and say, "Look, you can't do that."
6 seconds remain in regulation, and Iowa's going to have a chance to win it for the second straight year with a field goal.
Please reset the game clock to 7 seconds. Thank you.
See, Nate Stanley wants to get under there, and they're saying, "Look, hold on a second, we got to get out of here." And he wants to take the snap and kill it right away.
Clock moves. Stanley snaps it, spikes it, and now Keith Duncan with a chance at his second game-winning field goal of the year. He hit one with 4:51 remaining to beat Iowa State earlier this year, 18-17.
So Kevin, the two elements that we talked about with 32 seconds to go, they all played into this whole thing. So the big arm quarterback, he can make all the throws, and he can make deep throws, and no pressure from that Nebraska defense. And because of that, we're going to have this attempt of 47 or 48 yards.
Huskers have 2 timeouts remaining, and Scott Frost will use one right here. It's a 48-yard try when they get the kickoff.
Charge timeout, Nebraska. They're second. This will be a 30-second timeout.
Now what you want to try to do is try to get your taller guys in here, because of a longer field goal, the trajectory is just a little bit lower.
So you saw Scott Frost a moment ago talking with Austin Allen, who happens to stand, Matt, at 6'8".
Yeah, I played with a guy, I don't know if he set the record or not, but we blocked a lot of field goals, Ted Hendricks. He just had a knack for it.
Well, as Iowa gets lined up for this last second field goal, I just want to say a quick thank you to our entire crew. We've been with them all year long. They've done a great job each week. Pictures and sounds. Thanks to all of them. One more picture to take here. 48-yard try for Keith Duncan. Nebraska does have one timeout left. The snap is down. The kick is on the way by Duncan, and there was a timeout first. The timeout was called before the kick.
Charge timeout,
That's awesome.
Nebraska. Their third and final timeout. This will be a 1-minute timeout.
Let's see what Mr. Duncan can do with this
Killed
one.
that one right down the middle.
Oh, he did. He drilled it. But, hey, it didn't matter. It didn't count. Now it matters.
Nobody's got a timeout left. Iowa trying to win their 5th straight game against Nebraska. And in rivalry week, what would you rather do, Matt, than end the season of one of your rivals? Which is what Iowa can do if Keith Duncan hits this field goal here. 48-yard try for the lead. 6 seconds to go. The hold is down. The kick on the way. Curling back down the middle, and it's good. 1 second remains as Iowa takes a 27-24 lead.
What's going on? There's no flags anywhere, but the officials are talking.
Perhaps just solidifying dinner reservations, because there's no reason for anything else to stop.
That was odd, wasn't it?
They all just huddled up immediately. But it does nothing to take away from what Keith Duncan has just done.
He drilled that thing under a lot of pressure, Kevin. That's a big-time kick.
Scott is very unhappy on the Nebraska sidelines.
He drilled that thing. Went right down the middle. The weird thing was Nebraska stood there like nothing happened, and the Iowa offensive line kind of stood around, and Duncan was jumping up and down like it was, like he won the game, and nobody did anything.
Kirk Ferentz, 2 thumbs up. The Fonz would be proud of Kirk Ferentz's celebration there.
A lot of people proud of Kirk Ferentz because that man knows how to coach. He knows how to get more out of what he gets every year better than anybody out there.
I wonder if there were not some upset Nebraska folks that thought Keith Duncan should have been flagged for taunting. That's the only thing I can think of is he's blowing kisses to the Nebraska bench.
See, that's what a kicker would do. What kind of football player would blow a kiss?
One with a soft and romantic heart.
Oh, my goodness.
Keith Duncan. A little squib kick. And Spielman, the last hope for the Huskers. Laterals it back. Nowhere to go. Ball loose on the turf. Iowa covers it up, and the Hawkeyes win their 5th straight against the Huskers. 27-24. Iowa defeats Nebraska, ending the Huskers' 2019 season at 5-7. Quite a ball game today, Matt Millen. Nebraska with a valiant comeback effort in this one. They got it tied, but Kirk Ferentz's squad, as they've done all year long, they've figured out a way to play in close games, and they've won 9 of the 12 they've played this year.
And I think the Huskers are closer than people think. There was no quitting them today. I like what Scott Frost is doing, but Kirk Ferentz has been doing this for a long, long time, and it's as good as it gets in the Big Ten. That Kirk Ferentz.
Let's go down to Lisa Byington.
Well, we know it's not easy to win in this series, right?
No, it isn't.
It coming down to a field goal for the 2nd straight year. Ultimately, what did it take to pull this out for you guys?
Well, yeah, 2 straight years. Comes down to the last play. Yeah, we played pretty well in the first half. Had some bumps in that second half, made it hard, and they fought like heck. So, credit to them. But our guys really stood tall and finished it off.
You mentioned the bumps here in the second half. What allowed you guys to hit that reset button?
Oh, man, we had some self-inflicted wounds, which is tough. But, they were playing hard. They forced some of that stuff. But our guys regrouped, hit that big play at the end, and then Dunk came through.
Yeah, you had to get a production from your offense, in particular your offensive line and the big arm from your quarterback. What can you say about the execution when it counted most?
Well, you know, it's just great to win. I mean, everything was tough today, especially in that second half. It wasn't going well for us. We kept fighting. You know, it looked like we were in good shape. Ball came out. Mckay's such a great young man, but, you know, got it down there. Great shot to Laporta or whatever his name is, that freshman kid. And, you know, Dunk did the rest.
You got a lot of those freshman kids, right?
We do.
Thank you for the time.
Thanks,
we
Lisa.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
A very happy Thanksgiving for the folks in black and gold as they have won the Heroes Trophy for the 5th consecutive year.
And Kevin, the guy we talked about had to be consistent was Nate Stanley, and he was consistent when he had to be. Least, what do you got?
Well, Keith Duncan, you got to take us through a kick in kind of some challenging conditions here tonight. So take us through it.
Yeah, I think I was talking to you before the game about the conditions. I preferred going that way, and we set it up. You know, coming out of half, we'd prefer going that way too. So we got what we wanted. You know, it's perfect spot right down the middle. We did a great job in our 2-minute drill. Fortunate circumstances, and we knocked it through.
So take us through the mentality as you're getting prepared. You know it's probably going to come down to you and your leg. How did you get ready for that moment?
Yeah, I figured it was going to be coming down to a field goal. So just staying loose, having a song in your head, having fun, you know, praying a little bit. You know, I'm a really big man of faith, so I'm happy that went through, and, you know, all praise to God.
Be a happy ride home. Thank you for the time.
Thank you very much.
Well, he's had a historic year as far as made field goals, but none will feel better than that one to put away a big win over Nebraska. Now Iowa looks like a team poised for either the Holiday Bowl or the Citrus Bowl. 2 destinations, Matt, that in late December and early January are going to feel pretty good to Hawkeye fans.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they could go to the Texas Bowl for that matter to get out of that weather. But yeah, they look, it was a hard-fought game. It could have gone either way. It ended up going to Iowa, and congratulations to them.
That's going to do it from Memorial Stadium. Our final score, Iowa 27, Nebraska 24. Coming up, the State Farm post-game report with Mike and the entire gang to get you caught up on the final weekend of the Big Ten season. For the final time this football season, I'm Kevin Kugler from Matt Millen, Lisa Byington, Dean Blandino, and our tremendous BTN crew. So long from Lincoln.